Children, come gather around. Yes, sit. Come closer. I'm gonna tell you a story. Let me tell you a story while your parents prepare dinner. Yes, as adults, we like to take pictures of our food, so it'll probably take a while. Little Stevie, I see you looking at those presents. Come, sit down. I promise we're gonna open them later, okay? Thank you. Okay. Now, let me tell you a story, but not just any story. A holiday story, but not just any holiday story. A QAFmas story. And it starts off with 3 little gay elves. And they became the fastest friends. They were the gayest of them all. Their names were Caramel, Butterscotch, and Toffee. And these 3 elves did everything together, from ice skating to gingerbread house making to gift wrapping presents and tipping big booty go-go dancers at the gay clubs, as one does. And they were having so much fun that they wanted to spread their gay spirits, their gay holiday spirits with others. And so they made more friends. They made friends with a reindeer named Chocolate, a penguin named Hazelnut, a polar bear named Walnut Crunch, and a snowman named Candy Cane, who was amongst them the youngest of them all. And so every year they would come together, no matter how busy their lives were, and they'd celebrate QAFmas. And they'd celebrate QAFmas and have a feast. And they'd bring all kinds of food, like cakes and salads and dumplings and pizzas and cookies, little meats and cheeses and jams on their charcuterie boards, and lots of soju and wine to keep the gay spirits high. They chattered all night and even played games to the point where they kill each other because they're so competitive. But even after all the chattering and food and games, what makes QAFmas special was the gift giving. And so whether it be a Secret Santa or a white elephant or just giving gifts because they travel around the world and stuff, it was always nice to see them come in a circle, and they would open their gifts one by one, and you could see the joy in their faces as they opened their gifts and their happy smiles, and you could see that there's love and warmth and how much they cared about each other during this time. And this little queer group of misfits, they're family. And so, kids, just like our family, we celebrate QAFmas every year. Oh, look at that. Dinner's ready. Let's go feast.
Hello and welcome. Come on, everyone. Come on down. Gather round. Near and far, come on. We have a little story to share with you today. A wonderful story about these 3 special friends. But hold on. Grab a stack. Grab your gingerbread man. I see you over there, Keisha. Put that down and get your ass over here. Okay. Okay. Well, glad everyone is here because we have a story of these 3 elf friends. Not just any elf friends. I can tell you. These friends worked with Santa to spread not only holiday cheer, but some holiday queer. And they love spreading their queers with their friends. They were friends with a reindeer, a snowman, and who could forget everyone's favorite holiday character, the mung bean. But Um, they just love to help Santa spread their holiday queerness and just gayness around. It's what they do. It's what they do best. But I wanted to share this story because they were just like all you little gays. They love to eat cheese with their charcuterie board and drink soju because that's how it really got them in the mood for their gayness. So, but they just played games to just try to kill each other, and oh, they were the best elves of the North Pole, of the gay pool, if I do say so myself. And I do. But what really made them special is that they would take turns opening up gifts and sharing what they had. They had their special gifts and they loved it. And that's what made them amazing. Now, I know you guys all heard me, right? These are some special gay elves. And that could be you one day. And you. And you. And you. And so we have to remind ourselves during this Christmas holiday time that it's not only cheer that we're spreading, but spreading some queer, spreading some fucking queerness. Thank you, children. Love you.
I feel like Steven was drunk in the video that I received. But I'm just gonna um go off and just see what happens. So our story brings us to the wonderful holiday seasons with a small gathering of three LGBT elves. Um, and these elves are like the best of friends and also the best elves up there, which kind of like, I guess that's like the gay at the Starbucks who like runs the place basically. So that checks out. Um, he went off on a lot of tangents that I don't think were important to the story. But they had like there's like a group of friends, I guess also. There's a reindeer. Um there's a reindeer and they open presents too also, which is interesting because I thought they were supposed to make them and send them out, but whatever. Um but so they open them and they share them with each other. Um and then they, in addition to spread holiday cheer, also have the goal to spread holiday queer, which is equally, if not just as important. So, open legs, open heart, happy holidays, everybody.
We're beginning with three best friends in the world. They're all elves as well. They happen to be gay. Is it Keisha, Steven, and Dylan, maybe? I might be getting ahead of myself. They didn't have names that I know of. So, there's three of them. There's gifts involved. There's holiday joy and cheer and all that, I'm assuming, based off of what I heard. Now, one thing that may be possible is they stole the gifts. Because elves aren't supposed to get gifts, they're supposed to make them. But this year's different. This year, they are opening gifts with their best friend, the reindeer. And there's joy, there's holiday season, queerness, gayness. All of you know what that's about. I don't, unfortunately, guys. I'm sorry that I'm the one. Now, there's Tim, and like now that he's around, I guess there's two. Yeah, so gay best friends, opening gifts, hanging out, having a good time, possibly stolen gifts. But if they made the gifts, are they actually stolen? That's the real question. Holiday cheer, love, togetherness, happy holidays. If I had time to edit something in, I'd be like, holidays, love. Okay, bye.
Okay, so here is the tale that was told to me. And this little look is gonna be very relevant because there were 3 holly jolly, very holly jolly, gay as fuck elves. Maybe not, named Dylan, Steven, and Keisha. Maybe not. Any similarities to real life people is purely coincidental. But there were these 3 elves. And you know, we all know elves. You know, Santa's little guys, Santa's helpers, they're the helpers, they're the help. Kind of problematic. You know, Santa kind of has them working year round. They're not unionized. So they're making all these gifts, and they're making all these gifts, and you know, they seem to have realized, this is me adding some backstory. They seem to have realized that isn't quite fair that we're making all this shit and we basically get nothing. So they stole 3 of the gifts. And yeah, which, you know, they made the gifts. So was it really stealing if they made them? I don't know. But they have the gifts, and it's just so much joyness, and this is what they deserve. Okay, we stand with the elves. Okay, we're pro elf here. Okay. And yeah, they're just being their queerio self. Oh, they share them with the reindeers, which are also, you know, people that Santa just uses when it's convenient to him, especially Rudolph. Okay, we don't talk enough about how Rudolph, like, people didn't see value in him until he was useful to them. But anyway, I digress. This was not even in the video I watched, but I'm reading into it. We're doing an analysis on this story, okay? But basically, yeah, there are these 3 little queer guys who, you know, are just so full of joy and wanted to get some, and love spreading joy. But, you know, they deserve to have a little joy themselves, you know? And so they stole the gifts, shared it amongst themselves and with their reindeer friends, you know? And I think that they deserve that. And I think that it's their right to. And if they made it, they should get to take it. They should get to take some, because Santa's not paying them enough, if at all. So, I don't know. Steal from that big corpo Santa guy. We know he's working with Amazon anyway, so. Love you guys. Happy holidays!
Okay guys, so happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I just finished the video, so what I got from it was that there's a lot of politics behind the elves and Santa, I guess. Free Rudolph or something like that. Anyway, so from what I got, so there were 3 elves, and they're gay, and their names can or cannot be Keisha, Dylan, and Steven. I guess. I don't know, I'm very lost here. So Steven, Keisha, and Dylan, the elves, spent all year round making gifts for Santa and, the children of the world. And they felt abused and they weren't happy because they weren't getting anything, and Santa was abusing them and they weren't getting paid. So they decided to steal the gifts that they had made. They stole 3, and I guess it's okay because it's not really stealing because they made them, right? But they stole the 3 gifts because fuck Santa, because he's big corporate and he works with Amazon. Anyway, they stole these 3 gifts and then they shared them with their reindeer friends. Yay. And that was it. That's all I got. So the story was, there's these 3 elves, they're gay, and they stole 3 gifts and they shared it amongst their friends. Yay!
Hi, so I guess it's my turn today. So, I guess for my story, or the story that I've been told, there were 3 elves who are gay, very gay, named Stephen, Keisha, and Dylan, who all worked for Santa in the North Pole. And Santa Claus is kind of like the big corporate boss, and who are abusing his little elves. And I guess the elves have been making toys year round, and they've been abused. So eventually the little gay elves got fed up and decided to take back the presents that they made from Santa Claus, and stolen the toys back that they've made, and share those toys with all their reindeer friends, as a kind of fuck you to Santa. I think that's pretty much the story. Yeah.
Okay, this is the story about 3 gay elves named Steven, Keisha, and Dylan. And they work for Santa Claus, who is their capitalist fuck ass boss. And turns out that Santa has been abusing them. He's been abusing the worker rights, and because he's making them make the toys all year round, and they are fed up with it. So they decide to take all the presents and give it and distribute them amongst the elves. Socialism. As a fuck you to fuck ass Santa who has been abusing them. I think that was the whole story.
Okay, here we go. So this is a story about 3 gay elves called Stephen, Keisha, and Dylan. And these 3 elves are working under Fuck Ass Santa, who is capitalist. he is making them work too much, basically all year around. So these elves got angry and revolted, and yeah, basically they distributed instead the gifts to all the other elves, something representing socialism, and these elves did that as a fuck you to fuck ass Santa. And I think that's basically the story.